King of the Ring continues on SmackDown, and we got a big change for Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes. It is no longer for the two championships, it's only for the WWE Championship, as Logan Paul refused to defend the United States Championship. And that kind of makes sense in theory. I mean, that was the problem. Nobody right now wants Cody 2 belts. On the other hand, you know, the match was already predictable. Everybody knows Cody is not losing the WWE Championship against Logan Paul, but now it's almost like, yeah, he's not losing the championship, so that's why it's only for one championship, because Cody is going to win and he doesn't need the United States Championship. It's nitpicking, obviously, but, you know, I just kinda wish, look, excited for the match. It's gonna be an absolute banger. I just kinda wish they saved it for later to make it a little bit unpredictable, because Logan Paul kinda could be that opponent that would make you go, maybe, if it was a match at SummerSlam or WrestleMania, I don't even know. Oh my god, some of you are fuming right now at the thought of Logan Paul main eventing Mania. The pay-per-view is happening in Saudi, and I'm getting Vince vibes again. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Having a marquee match for the sake of having a marquee match, even if it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Again, don't get me wrong, excited about the match. It's going to be an absolute banger. It's a dream match for me, honestly. I'm just telling you, it should feel bigger. It really should. It should feel a little bit more unpredictable. But I do like the fact that now we know who's taking that championship from Logan Paul. Man, SummerSlam is gonna be wild. SummerSlam is going to be absolutely wild. Now, in general, I did enjoy the SmackDown. Some of the matches were really big. I feel like having Nia Jax versus Jade was kinda weird. Seems like you could have a great rivalry out of this one, and it was just kinda out of nowhere. But in general, kinda enjoyed the episode. Let's talk about it, but before that, a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Wrestling GM, where you can actually prove that you can book it better. Wrestling GM is the best wrestling simulation game in the world. The only game where you can be a business owner, TV show writer, and universe creator at the same time. Pick who fights, who becomes champion, manage each wrestler's career, write your own storylines and feuds, and even create your own wrestlers and companies. Find out why 250k plus players continually keep playing Wrestling GM. The game is very deep and the opportunities to play it are endless. It is the perfect mix of creativity and strategy. You can control and create all the outcomes within the game. I also played this game before on my channel. The playlist of Wrestling GM series is in the description below. Wrestling GM is available on all iOS and Android devices, and there's a link to download the game in the description below. Welcome back to another episode of Greatness of SmackDown. Now, you probably noticed not a lot of videos this month. I kinda saw a lot of comments lately that, you know, the videos are not hitting the same. Some of them. And I kinda have to agree. Like, I've been doing this for over 10 years now. Sometimes you get, I don't know, burnt out in a way, you know, so I'm taking it easy for the rest of this month, so hopefully you guys understand. Some cool videos are still coming out, so don't worry about that shit. I don't want to get washed. So I'll rather just take a break, get less views, make less money, whatever it may be, but I promise you some cool stuff is coming really, really soon. The show kicked off with a pretty cool match, Bianca Belair versus Tiffany Stratton. This was a King of the Ring tournament match. This was actually unpredictable because I do feel like Tiffany Stratton would be a great Queen of the Ring. That really fits her gimmick, right? So I was like, somebody is going to interfere, somebody who has a problem with Bianca Belair, but that's not necessarily what we got. Now, the match was really, really entertaining, and Bianca Belair won the match, which I found a little surprising. She's the toughest, the strongest, the quickest, you get the idea. And this was kind of interesting. We had the possibility of having Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. Now, we all knew it ain't happening, but it was kind of interesting how WWE are going to get out of this situation. Why did they put themselves in this situation in the first place? But later on the show, we did get Nia Jax versus Jade, which again feels like a match you would save for a pay-per-view. That's the match all of us kinda, you know, wanted at WrestleMania for Jade. It wasn't anything special, but it seems like now we're going to get a rivalry out of this because Jade accidentally, I don't know, she just stopped thinking, I guess. She hit Nia Jax with a chair. She got disqualified. Nia Jax advances. We got this big fight after the disqualification. So now it's this big rivalry. Will it turn into a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match? I don't know. I have no idea who could team up with Nia Jax. China? Someone really big, someone really strong, and I can't put my finger on what it is. I had an idea, and I completely forgot. Because at the end of the day, winning the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships and not focusing on the titles, I feel like that's kind of dumb. So hopefully this is going to be a tag team rivalry. But yeah, it's going to be Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax, and I can only assume Nia is going to win. I wouldn't be... I don't know, this is kind of unpredictable. Like I've said, we got this face-off between Logan Paul and LA Knight. That's your match, that's your LA Knight moment, and you might say, well, the United States Championship is not enough, at least the Intercontinental title. I mean, Logan kinda held that championship hostage in a way, and him dethroning Logan Paul, I feel like that's a big moment. We also got a pretty cool moment between LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes. Like, I was wondering if this guy is a heel or a babyface because I don't watch NXT. He's a dick. He's a complete dick. So, I got my answer. He bragged about being drafted number 1, and Knight asks him, Tom Brady got drafted at like number 5 or whatever, who got drafted at number 1? Exactly, nobody's talking about him. LA Knight did his shtick, he felt confident on the microphone, really loved this promo, he owned Carmelo. This felt like LA Knight's night, but unfortunately, he lost. And I'm saying this because he got a huge crowd pop. Like, I felt like maybe he's losing momentum, but it seems like he's climbing that ladder again lately. So we got LA Knight versus Tama Tonga. This is a qualifying match or tournament match, whatever you want to call it. The match was fine, and the crowd really loved LA Knight, or maybe they just didn't like Tama Tonga, I don't know. But, of course, with some interferences, LA Knight lost. Nobody wanted that shit in the first place. Come on. I don't mind Tama Tonga, whatever, but... yeah, I mean, I get it. I won that LA Knight moment. And again, maybe that's why they teased Logan and LA Knight to make you go like, well, he's losing tonight, but don't worry. This rivalry is coming. But for now, it's going to be LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes. I get it. I'm excited. I just hope LA Knight is not already being used like Dolph Ziggler. All the new guys beat Dolph Ziggler, and hopefully that's not gonna be the case with LA Knight because he still has so much to offer, not just build new talent. I like the contract signing. I know it's a bit of a clusterfuck, but even though the material was a little basic, for example, Cody Rhodes talking about how he's a fan, everybody in the audience is a fan of professional wrestling, and Logan Paul is an outsider and he can't wait to take that championship. Logan Paul tears the contract and says, I am not defending that championship. I only won the WWE Undisputed Championship match. He had a lawyer. Nick Aldis got mad. He wanted to do something about it, but Cody said, we're going to take care of this. You can leave. And of course, Cody accepted the match for the WWE Championship only. We got a little fight, and that's your segment. Not bad. Not bad at all. Like, I know it's really basic, and I do have my problems with it. This is almost like a live event match. It doesn't matter. We know the result, but I mean, it's Logan Paul versus Cody. We got the Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel or Superstar Showdown, whatever the fuck that was in Saudi Arabia. And the match was great. One of the most memorable Roman Reigns' matches during his WWE Undisputed Universal Galaxy Planet Championship title reign. So, I guess I'm okay with it. We got DIY with an updated theme song versus Legado del Fantas. So this was fine. Kinda weird watching DIY on SmackDown, I don't know why. Oh my god, they're wrestling on a show with a different color. And of course, they won the match, and I guess we know the next match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Pretty excited about that. Some of you said, why are you not talking about these teases? Sometimes I forget. That's honestly the reason, but I am very excited. Like, I'm just waiting for that reveal. What am I supposed to say, right? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, but Bo Dallas coming back to WWE, really excited about that, man. Really excited about that. After so many losses, AJ Styles lost a lot of confidence. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he's going to do next. Finally, we got Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes, and I finally got that vibe again of the King of the Ring tournament. This was a really fun match. Holy shit, Randy Orton is tall. I really like this match. Carmelo Hayes was an absolute douchebag, and now I know he's a dick. My man is a dick. Now, of course, Randy Orton won won the match. I wouldn't really complain about that shit. Carmelo just debuted. He's gonna be fine. He's young. He's the future of the WWE. That's completely fine. He's doing a great job. A lot of charisma from that dude. So Randy Orton wins the match. We see the bloodline. And Randy Orton rants about how he's going to kick the shit out of Tama Tonga next week on SmackDown in Saudi Arabia. Completely forgot about that. SmackDown is happening in Saudi. So I was like, what do you mean? That's not the final match. And then it was like, okay, SmackDown. Pretty fine episode. Can't complain about it. So thank you for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.